I was a member of Raw, I'd have to defend my titles, drop titles, lose titles, gain title shots, lose title shots, be almost damn near killed every damn week by my opponents, get ganged up on and ambushed by the biggest faction on Raw, be a part of very dangerous matches, end up getting hit in the back with chair shot after chair shot, being sidelined for a few weeks, being sidelined for at least 6 months, come back, change up my entrance theme, change up my Titantron, basically change up my wrestling attire, be part of a long-standing feud for 2 or 3 months, take a hiatus for at least a month, go about the whole thing about having one good title run, maybe 3 additional tag team title runs, be a part of 2 tag teams, split up and then form my own faction, split up the faction. Everybody else in the faction goes their separate ways. Maybe 3 stay on Raw. Maybe 2 or 3. Well, maybe two or three stay on Raw. The other half of the faction go to SmackDown. And if I was to join the WWE and join Raw, I would have to defend so many championships, drop so many championships, and do the whole Survivor Series, and then go on to SummerSlam, and then go on to Hell in a Cell, go on to do cage matches, be part of the Elimination Chamber, go on to Royal Rumble, go on to WrestleMania, and then somehow get involved in so many angles. Maybe have some people interfere in my matches, me interfering in their matches in return as retaliation, and then guest being a guest commentary person, and also special guest refereeing matches, being favored by Vince 50% of the time, become a heel for the first run of my career on Raw, and then for the other 50% become a face on Raw, thusly defending more championships, losing more championships, winning more championships, getting to defeat the most toughest pro wrestlers in on Raw, go on to WrestleMania, and then end up and then occasionally lose my WrestleMania spot, lose my Royal Rumble spot. But if I was to join the WWE and be drafted to Raw during the SmackDown versus Raw draft, inter-brand warfare happening, taking on 3 or 2 former faction mates of my own wrestling faction, go on to being a part of a new faction where the remaining member of my faction ends up getting released. I stay behind, 3 others go off to other pro wrestling companies. I stay behind, become a member of a new faction, betray that faction, turn face, and then go on to WrestleMania again. But I would be sidelined with so many injuries. I'd be spending so much time recuperating, then come back like at 100% back to Raw to compete again. But what if I did have like a title run? Talk it over with Vince about giving me 5% of giving me a 5% longer title reign than most of the guys on Raw or on SmackDown. 5% longer title reign, and like a 10% longer stint in the WWE, and a 3% stint on Raw, 4% longer stint on SmackDown, and then 20% long reigning stint in the main event picture. 2% stint on the bottom card. 4% stint around the mid card, and then a 20% longer stint in the main event picture. Thusly, going on to being a part of so many pay-per-views to actually further angles in the WWE. And then with every passing day or with every passing year, my gimmick would change. My pro wrestling gimmick would change depending on the year and depending if I was a face or a heel. Do some work some matches, and maybe cut at least 10 promos out of 20. And then merch, and then getting into a video game, getting on the cover of the video game, and then boom, that'd be it.